Hey Rebel Scum! Something a little different today. I know I usually do jumbo reviews for you or the Rebel Scum Rewind series. Well, this is different. These are Kenner inspired and they look like the jumbos, but they're a little bit different here. These are from the Disney store. These are electronic as well. I have no idea what they sound like. I didn't pull the tabs yet to hear the voices. But as you can see here in the packaging, like, look at that. R2-D2 has got a sticker on him, just like his old Kenner style figure, with the same dome, just like the old Kenner style figure. And C-3PO, a little bit more of a modern rendition to it, but he's got that vacuum form coloring on him. He's got that sort of the chromatic look to him, nice and shiny, as does R2. So these are very Kenner looking figures, but these are kind of a more modern functionality to them as well. And you can see the wiring and stuff on C-3PO's stomach obviously is different. So I saw this, and as a fan of jumbos, as a fan of Kenner, I just had to pick this up. There was a great day where Disney Store was having free shipping on any amount. So this is under the whatever $100 threshold you have to spend. This was only 50 bucks. And if you have a Disney Visa card, you get an additional 10% off. So it was a nice offer at the time, had to take advantage of it. I wanted to check these out and I wanted to compare them to the jumbo figures. So I'm going to bring you guys in. We're going to do an unboxing of this, and then we're going to check them out compared to their jumbo counterparts, just because it's going to be easier for you to see those than it would the original 3 3/4 Kenner figures. So I'll have them side by side so you get a sort of a look at why these are so Kenner inspired. All right, so let's come in nice and close. All right, let's give this guy a whirl. I'm going to try to figure out the best way to open this. I wonder if I could just take them out without having to crack into the packaging. I see they're kind of tied down by a whole lot of straps here. So let's give this a go. We're going to have our sprue cutters, and I am going to start with 3PO. And I know you're not going to be able to see this from where you are, but I'm cutting his hand out. I'm going to take his waist out here. The sprue cutters, he's got a second hand tie. Get this on an angle. I like sprue cutters because they get nice and close without damaging the paint job or anything like that. I'm going to tear the box a little just so I can get to the bottom here without having to take the whole box apart. Beat the system. Now, these are usually designed to either hold the product in place or as an anti-theft device or both. And they've gotten kind of ridiculous over the years. So I think I got him free. Nope. These are they're cable ties. They're not like little plastic clips. So I gotta not only cut them, but you have to untangle them from the character here. So let me try to get this foot. A lot more. I'm feeling a lot more articulation here than I thought there'd be. All right, I think I got him. Come on, let's get you free. Okay, so we get 2 cable ties on the legs. Ugh. Why couldn't they build him to be separating 3PO like on the Bespin figure? This one just doesn't want to let go, man. All right, let me get the other side. There we go. Let's get this crazy tie off his leg. All right. All right, so we got our 3PO here. And you can see he's got, wow, look at this. He's got articulating ankles. The knee's going to move a little bit. Oh, I thought it was going to break. It just gave. There it goes. A little bit. That's crazy to have that kind of articulation here. The legs are going to maneuver up and down a little bit because he kind of walked like that. The arm as at the shoulder here, and you got an elbow too. Oh, that's nice. I didn't expect that. I was thinking it was going to be more 5POA like the original Kenner figure. I mean, he's got limited articulation in the shoulders. But, you know, he can move, and that head's on a ball. That's really nice. I'm kind of impressed now for the price point. I mean, he doesn't have, like, the rotating servos on the arms like a more modern C-3PO figure would, but I think this is more Kenner inspired. I'm going to pull this, and we're going to see if we get him to make some noises now. So I think it's just a button on the stomach here. There we go. So he has 2 switches. Let's see what this one does. That one turns it off. Okay, so it's just on and off. The possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1. All right, telling the odds. There we go. So that's nice. He's got some pre-recorded voice. You can see the wires and stuff on his midsection there, which is really cool. He doesn't articulate at the chest, but he does have articulation, and he can still do this little puppet pose. I love that. So that is pretty nice. If the wrists rotated, this would be amazing, but I don't. Oh, they do. Look at that. The wrists rotate as well, and that's just beyond awesome. At this point, I am really impressed with this figure. I wish he could put his arms down. He's kind of got this Randy from Christmas Story thing going on. He can't put his arms down. He could rotate up and down, but he can't bend at the elbow joint here. That is a solid piece. It doesn't look like he could do anything other than turn the arm up and down. So other than that, I mean, a lot more articulation than I thought for this figure, because I was just coming in here expecting 5 POA like a Kenner, and they completely modernized the articulation for a figure of that size. So that's kind of interesting. Now, if you're familiar with the Disney store characters they have a lot of talking figures in the talking line, and they usually have some kind of sound effects in addition to talking. Like they've done that with Darth Vader, they've done it with Boba Fett, they've done it with the Stormtrooper, and I think they added the Mandalorian to that line. But they're kind of different figures entirely, but they have nice articulation and fun features, but they're not going to hold up to like your Hot Toys or anything like that. They're just kind of like their own thing, kind of like theme park action figures. That'd be a fun segment for us to just focus on theme park action figures over the years and how those have sort of evolved. But, you know, for now, let's just try to get R2 out of the box as you see me struggle with this guy. This is not my best unboxing video. That's why I usually don't do them on channels, because you run into problems like this. You just never know what you're going to encounter in an unbox. Particularly Disney is really good at making sure you don't steal their stuff. So they really latch onto it like a death grip. But here's our R2. I'll pull this out and get him going. R2 here, he's got to have wheels on the bottom. So unlike the Kenner or the Gentle Giant, it's not flat. It's going to have wheels. This center one articulates, and it goes inside, and it locks. Look at that. It's got a lock and a release on it as well. So that is pretty cool. You're going to have the wires on the front here. And look at that. Oh, he makes his noises. The ankles are going to articulate, and we'll get him into position here. So this will just help him get into that rolling position, and you got to find that happy sort of balance of the character. I always love struggling with this, of getting it exactly where it needs to be. And it's like rotating that back, rotating this forward, and you always overshoot it or undershoot it. But once you get it, he is solid. And let's hear if the head clicks, because this will take it over the top for me. I have not tried this yet. Let's see. No click. So the original Kenner had a little piece of plastic in there, and there were ridges all around there, and it was plastic on a screw, and it would just click, 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 click every time you turned it. And Gentle Giant, even in the giant one that is like a life-size Kenner Jumbo, it clicks when you turn the head, which I thought was just an amazing touch. So I love how they worked the vent here on his front and cut holes in it so you have the sound coming out. So that's where the speaker is. That is just a genius touch to just make that kind of a functional vent. Absolutely love that. He's got an on-off switch as well on the bottom, and you can see the batteries in the back, 1.5 volt, AG13. Those aren't too hard to find. I think you can grab them at Target. No idea how long the battery is going to last on this guy, but I don't see any lights. Nope, this guy is just the sound. This guy's eyes light up when you hit the button. Oh, he even said my eye. Perfect timing. Did not plan that. So pretty cool. Let's see here. It says we have number of 13 points of articulation. We found that. It does not say how many phrases. I wonder if there is a booklet of some sort in here. Nope. I don't see a booklet. And as we gut this box, I'm usually so careful, but this one I do not care about. No booklet or anything with any additional information. It's kind of, I guess you're just going to kind of have to figure it out. It's probably got a bunch of phrases. I don't know how many. I don't think we need to sit here and press it nonstop. He's going to have, I imagine, a lot of the phrases from the film. A lot of beeps and boops and sad noises and classic lines like that. I just think it's a amazing pairing. I mean, these two are so iconic, and just so fun to have in any form. But but to have them in this really fun, like 2-pack here, and 12 inches, and $50 for the set for these guys, electronic, light up. I actually think it's a really good price, and that's surprising considering Disney. Kind of surprised they didn't charge like $80 for the set. So I think it's like, I mean, I showed you, they articulated. I mean, they're like figures in their own right. You could sit this guy down somewhere. I don't think they're going to make a giant land speeder for him to sit in, but like they had a leg articulation, ankle articulation for 3PO. Did not think that they would have those in here. I mean, I looked at the box. I just thought most of the articulation they were going to count would be in like R2's legs or something, but like ton of articulation in 3PO. It's very surprising. And then R2 here just looks great in always in this form. So yeah. Definitely awesome. Really glad I picked this up as a fan of the Kenner figures and as a fan of just, you know, this kind of classic look. So why don't I grab those jumbos and then I'll have them side by side here and you guys can check them out and let me know what you think in terms of, are they really capturing that aesthetic here, or is this its own thing? So with R2, I wanted to do apples to apples. This is not the original like first 12 R2-D2. This jumbo is based on the Droid Factory R2-D2. Droid Factory R2-D2 had that center leg that kind of went in and out like a little plug like that. Original R2 just looked like this. So I wanted to have it this way to compare to this leg. But you can see what I mean. I mean, look at the dome. Very, very similar on that dome. I mean, obviously it's a little bit more of a modern take on it, and it's retro inspired and not like their own version of jumbos, but they have the sticker on there. I mean, you can see that's, you know, one for one, the sticker, the paint's a little different. You see what I mean about that vent? And same with the back. I mean, it's spot on. Now you can see the gyros or whatever these are called on the side, the stabilizers. They are more modern, but still very inspired by the classic design here. And then the classic design did not have these little wires here. So that's a little bit of a more modern injection to it, but very, very, very similar. And that's what I kind of love about it. It's just a little bit more fun. And it's a little smaller than the jumbos as well. The scale is a little different here. You could see, you could probably fit this guy inside this one if you opened it up. But the jumbos obviously have that click. So they will always win my favor for that reason. So next up we have the 3PO of the Disney version and then the jumbo. So this is more akin to what the original figure looked like in '77. So we have this look where it was just the vacuum formed plastic here. And then a very similar deco, except they added the wiring in the stomach. Originally, he was all of the just a solid piece. Only had that 5 points of articulation. But you look at the back; it's got a very similar design to it as well. I mean, they got all that detail down. He's even got the little servos here in the leg, but obviously does not have the same articulation. But his arms move up and down, whereas his are kind of stuck in that position. So, and a little bigger. I mean. Little father and son thing going on here, but you can see very similar designs taken, here we have them holding hands, very similar design taken in these guys here, deeply inspired by that Kenner aesthetic, and that's kind of why I love it. So when they call it, what do they call this, classic edition, and this is called Power Force, this is a new line, they're capturing it, and I really hope they do more because it's just so fun to see characters brought back in that Kenner aesthetic. So that is your look at the Classic Edition R2-D2 and C-3PO. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this classic duo with us. I was very excited to see this come up on the site for sale. It's cool, it's different, it definitely piques my interest as a classic collector, and it has this fun little twist of modern in it to make it a little bit more worthwhile to display, to have as a conversation piece, and to just add to your collection because it's just fun. I mean, these two are a great set together. Having them in this fun throwback aesthetic with a modern twist, always great to do that. So it's just a little different, and it's not just a regurgitation of what's already on the market. It's a little bit more so evolved would be the word I use. It's taking something that already exists and adding a little bit more to it. So yeah, totally fun. You can pick it up right now at the Disney store. It's like I said, $50. You can wait and see if there's a sale. I always wait for the free one-day shipping where they have the just a free ship sort of special. I'm not sure if it's in the parks. Maybe you guys could tell us if you've seen it at the parks. If you could just pick it up there, but it's definitely cool and it's worth your time to look into. Like as you saw here, if you're a classic collector fan, it's pretty close and it's got some other fun features to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I think this might be the last thing I have for you before we go off to Rebel Scum Con next month. Of course, I'll be doing a live edition of Rebel Scum Rewind. I do not want to spoil what it is, but it will be very entertaining. I can promise you that. We'll be looking at some pretty strange things. Live in person, it will be recorded, and it will be up on the site later. So if you can't make it, don't worry. You'll get to see the event, but you won't get to participate in the fun. You can pretend you're participating at home. Anyway, there's still tickets available. I believe there's still room space. Check out rebelscumconventions.com. I think we've revealed everybody at this point that will be there signing and will be part of the convention. It's going to be a great time. The whole team will be there. We'll be doing some really fun events. We'll be having giveaways. It will definitely be a time to remember for a Star Wars fan, particularly when we don't have any celebrations this year. This will be a nice event for you to engage with the rest of the community, so come check us out. So other than that, as always, like, subscribe, and follow. We have plenty of new stuff on Rebel Scum every single day, and we would love for you guys to reach out and talk to us in the forums and comment on our videos. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of, what we haven't done yet. We're always open to your feedback. And until next time, stay vigilant, you Rebel Scum.